Welcome,
They have
welcome,
not looked like they will. All right.
welcome everyone from a 1 week break. I'm sure Chelsea fans were happy there was no football last week. Again, this is Match Day Tribunal, and today, before we get into the chaos, we're going to talk about the FA Cup, talk about the new captain at the bridge, Cole Palmer, talk about the Egyptian king missing a penalty, and again, cover Haaland getting a hat-trick against Liverpool. Is he back in form or is he just doing what he knows how to do best? Yeah, so before we go right in, let's talk about the penalty. Let's start with the penalty missed from Salah. Is that this is the second penalty is missed? So is it that it's finished? And is this the worst? Like when people are leaving a particular football team, like good players, they leave on the eye. So what's going on with Salah?
Well, I feel like Salah has been finished all season. We're not finished, but at least the drop off this season has been insane. I don't. I feel like what happened this game is that his mind was just, this is my farewell tour. I must impact this game. I must impact this game. It was just like the first half. He missed one chance that OG Salah would have scored in his sleep. He was taking too many touches. The penalty, he did something weird for the penalty. Penalty in the last few years has been wait for the keeper to commit, then play. Even if you don't wait for the keeper to commit, you place the ball so high or so in the corner that the keeper is never able to, even if they dive in the right direction. You just didn't wait for the keeper to commit. He still played it at savable height. So it was sad to watch him, but now him and Van Dijk, they scammed Liverpool last year. Not that they scammed Liverpool last year, but they scammed them enough to get the contract that's now shown that they were already physically dropping off, both of them, that they did not really deserve the contract in hindsight. They have done something better with that money. So it'd be sad to watch Salah go like that, but he has been finished all season. So I still believe he will impact games this season, at least at the end of the season. He will still impact games. But this game was just, he was not in the right mind. It did not look like he mentally he was there.
And it's
I would
very
also
go ahead, Abby.
I also even think that like aside from the like I agree with what Mike said, it's just had a strings of poor performance over poor performance this season. But also to do you think that is a factor of the club factor? Because I was watching Oxley's actually last week. He was talking about how club can actually motivate players to play. Like the club ginger, and we've seen how Salah became one of the best players in the world under Klopp, which he was not before. Then he came under Klopp and it just became a beast entirely. Do you think that that coach factor might be there? Maybe he's not gelling with slots. You know, there's this whole like it looks like there's something off of him, which may not be even entirely due to that may not be associated with the game on the field alone.
Salah delivered last season when they won the league. So if we are going to agree to that, I get that everybody says club is a man manager. But if we are going to like lean towards that, how do we explain his delivery last season? Last season he still gave us good numbers.
But last season they played Klopp last season. It was Klopp last season.
So it wasn't the same player. Like
It was, I mean, like last season was they played
It
out
was
club
club
would play.
ball.
It was maybe in the summer.
is Ox saying is it the tactics Ox is talking about or the ginger club brings
Both,
It was
or
the
both now.
tactics. It was club ball with a
Was
twist,
club what
like
they played
less
last season.
aggressive club ball, but it was
Yeah,
club ball.
was club
was
ball.
football in fact missing a penalty? Because now this is not even how he played. It's the fact that this is the second penalty he has missed in like 3 weeks. He missed one against
Yeah,
Galatasaray.
is it Galatasaray? Yeah.
So that one is
No,
now tactics or
he has been so poor that even he said does not understand him.
it's
That's the
just
truth.
hard to
I,
play so well and be a legend like this.
I, I think the team is not helping him. He's having a bad season, and sometimes when players have bad seasons, the rest of the players will step in.
Yeah,
The
that's
season was it the season before last season? He also had that kind of season, but the players around him stepped up. But this season, they brought in Wertz, Isak, and you're thinking the goals will come from those guys, but it's only come. They are still relying on Salah, and then Salah is not living up. That's why we are saying he's finished because he set such high standards for himself, and I don't think that is fair because I still think he's playing okay to a certain extent. He against Galatasaray, he played really well. It looked like he was getting back to the Salah of old. And then today's penalty was very strange. Like Michael said, I don't know. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper. Like you're supposed to look at the goalkeeper, see if the goalkeeper is moving in one direction and slot it in the other direction. And he didn't do that. I think it's the pressure and the confidence that is so lack of confidence he's suffering from. That's just killing him.
right. But it's still Liverpool I blame. They didn't have to renew Salah's and Van Dijk's contract. It's one of the worst
Well,
club decisions
if
I've
they've
taken.
given that kind of
Why
season,
would you say
there's
that?
no
Like
way you won't give them a new contract
exactly with
with the
the
fans
Yeah.
as well.
That's why I
No,
say in hindsight it was a bad
not
decision.
for me from
But
day one. That was not even
but
hindsight. Like they both of them have had. Salah, Van Dijk has had a series of poor performances over time that made Konate look like he was a terrible player. But because Van Dijk is a name that should not be mentioned, everybody blames Konate, like Tosin.
Um,
So,
I mean,
so,
this
so,
just collect three bullets for
like
no
okay,
so,
let's
reason.
compare it with Saka, for
so
instance. Now,
are you saying this is
no, it's
yeah,
also, let me finish. Let me finish, Joseph. Also, too, they are
Mhm.
both in their late 30s. So it's not like they are 24, 25 that you are saying it's a one
Thirty.
off. So you are giving a 34-year-old guy a 2 year contract that makes him one of the highest paid player in the club. How does that make sense?
it's just for 2 years.
No, they are
okay.
34, 33.
Yeah, but
Let's
it's
just
still
have
two
given him
years.
a 2 year contract,
It's
but
not.
Yeah, no.
It's not a long
And they
time.
were and their contract was ending. So it was a perfect season. They won the league, contract was ending.
That
Say bye-bye to them.
that's why
maybe
they
to
gave them
continue the
2 years
rebuild,
as a
like the way you
transition.
rebuild it, you give them and then you buy
It
some
should
other
have been a 1 year
yeah,
contract.
1 year
They
I
contract.
feel
won't
a
have
1 year
agreed to
Or
contract.
1 year
They
contract.
would have
So
agreed,
that's
but
the
it should
thing.
have been
or they
talked
started the
about.
rebuild the season before Klopp left and be like, we are not going to renew your contract. We buy a young defender, we do that season. Because it doesn't make any I'm sure Boli and Co will not do it.
And how
Well,
are they doing now? Wow, that's
They will not
brilliant.
do it.
And when
They
is
leave
the,
William
goalie out
I
of
mean, the
this.
becomes
way
the
I
asset
see
for
it,
success?
Salah was having such a good season, and he got
I get
rewarded
you.
for that.
I
You
get
know,
your
Look at
had
point.
Look
Ballon
look
d'Or
at
season,
look at
Ballon d'Or
Saka for
level season.
instance. Saka wasn't
Saka
even
is
playing to the level Salah was
Saka
playing
is,
when he got this
Saka is
bumper.
24 years old. Saka is
Yes, but
24.
are you
So
happy? Is he is he
no,
is he
what I'm
earning his
saying is that
is he earning
for
his
for young
300k right
no
now
no
with
no
the
for young
performance that he's
players
putting?
for young players is a lot different because clubs will look like we can
Is
sell them,
the money is
but
the
not
money.
the
Who is going to
no
buy
the
Saka and pay him 300k?
Saka is an academy player. If we sell Saka for 40 million, it's a massive profit.
Yes, but
Just so you know,
if he's on 300k, will he take a pay cut to leave us now? That's the thing. It's not just the
Saka
transfer
is a
fees.
big player. Saka is a big player.
Is
We're
it
not
big?
looking at Chelsea's peanut salary.
So
We're not talking about
who is going to buy? Who will buy Saka?
we're not talking about poor wages now.
Who will buy
Low income
Saka?
club,
Okay.
low income earners.
They are talking about
We're not talking
yeah,
about low income earners, please. When we get to low income
Who
earners,
will buy Saka though?
minimum wage.
How
minimum
many
wage, minimum wage people.
how many suitors does Saka have? The only
Please,
suitors he had was PSG.
those, when big boys are talking about wages,
Feed
we're
this
It
not
one.
was
talking
only
about those on
PSG, and I
universal.
don't think
No,
PSG are
Joseph, you
still
need to see this
interested.
one.
We're not talking about those on universal basic income. Don't worry. We're not talking about this one.
So Aki got you on this one. No, see this one.
There's
Minimum
no,
wage. No,
it's
you got to
fine.
see this one out, Joseph.
Minimum
Look at
wage. No, not the please. We know you don't understand how it is to be if a player to earn £350,000 per week. You don't understand.
What are you saying?
because I don't
Sterling
think
was
the
You don't
earning
highest
those.
understand.
But
Sterling was earning those wages.
That's why you guys couldn't even play him. You're afraid. You couldn't even play the one I was there. You chased him out. It's like when a rich kid finds himself in the first school.
minimum wage, but I'm not talking about wage structure now.
Now Joseph starter.
Minimum wage.
Salah,
Minimum
Salah,
wage.
Salah, Salah deserved that contract as far as I'm
I
concerned.
agree
no, he
with you.
did, he did.
I agree
But
with you, but if Liverpool wants to rebuild, like they spent in the massively in the summer, and I know what they wanted to do was, give them 2 year contract, use Salah and Van Dijk to be senior players to stabilize the club,
Yeah.
and it has backfired.
And
yeah,
that's That's why I'm telling you that as fans, the way we react to things, I think is on. I don't want to use the word unfair, but it's a bit weird. I don't think if Salah and Van Dijk were having a great season, we would say their plan was fantastic. The only
But
reason
Prophet,
is
but the
not
Prophet saw it last summer as well. Prophet Ake said it last summer that
you didn't say it last summer.
it was going to happen.
Nah,
Yes,
say that they're going to choke.
I
No,
said it
I
was
don't
going to
think anybody said
happen.
it. Like their season was too good for us to say they were going
Yeah,
The
to.
yeah.
Prophet saw it.
Ah,
The
come on.
Prophet saw it. Don't worry, the
They
I
Prophet
won
saw
the
honestly
it.
league
agree
and they
with
won the
that.
league well. Like
No, and
they
that
didn't
was
win the
when
league. They didn't win the league through corners. Remember, they won the league by playing
I agree.
There's no
beautiful.
I
set
agree.
And then there's
pieces.
the Jota
Okay, so
factor.
like yeah,
No club has ever
Yeah,
Yeah,
had to
yeah,
deal
yeah.
with the situation with Diogo Jota. So
Yeah, that is true.
you can't
that's
ign-
true too. Though. Like
you can't ignore
yeah.
that.
So yeah,
It's,
at least.
I agree with that one. That one is maybe because they were close as well too. So I agree. But Salah is leaving now. Where will he go to?
All right then.
He
Saudi
can't
now.
be losing to
We'll
this
go
club
to
that does not
Saudi
cannot
now.
even
Where
afford
else?
to pay for their names at the back of their shirt.
Oh, Saudi.
Southampton now.
No, no. This is a what they call it. This is a special jersey. This is
Nonsense.
a
Anyways,
special jersey that you're doing.
Okay, all right then. Before we go into whether Alan is still in form or not. Let's talk about Enzo. Enzo was dropped, and Enzo Fernandez, the
was
World Cup.
banned, not dropped. Banned
Oh,
for
okay,
two
banned.
games.
They were dropped for two
And I
games.
dropped for 2 games
I
is
don't know
bad.
why the use
he
of
was
What
word.
is
he,
it
he
Enzo
about?
was
was
he was on
dropped.
the
He was
bench
banned.
today.
Whenever it is.
Joseph, Noni just came on. Oh,
I see that.
And the
Gyökeres, I cannot play ball. Just came on. So
World
not
Cup
say that
winner
one.
Enzo club record signing, and then what do you guys think about it? There's been a lot of opinions. I think Paul Mason has something to say, which was shocking. I didn't know Paul Mason would go in that direction. Paul Mason was like, "You don't drop your best player." I don't know if Enzo is our best player this season, so I'm like, "Oh, Chelsea has the best player." So I'm not sure what do you guys think about Liam
But
dropping Enzo and coming out to say he dropped him for 2 games as usual, just talking.
remember when we were talking about our best players of the season, and I said Enzo was my hair. So I
Enzo,
yeah, I said Enzo. I mean, Palmer was not doing anything. Who was the other person? Maybe João Pedro.
Pedro,
But
yeah.
João Pedro was having sports, but Enzo was like most consistently at least dropping 6 to 7 over 10 every game. I think I would say he was the most consistent player we had. It's just player, just consistent player. I
He really
think
has a bad game.
he really has a bad game exactly. I think this one is fully on Liam. I think something is happening behind the scenes that nobody's really talking about. I feel because Pastore, Enzo's agent, was talking about how for 3 months they've been negotiating contract and they've not given them the terms that they want. Chelsea are not giving them the terms. That they want. I think that is where the real problem is. Like Enzo is here thinking this club is not going anywhere. People are not giving me money. Let me go and play with people that like to win things stuff. They're like, no, you have 6 years remaining. So he's doing that unhappy player thing. Like constantly saying like I'm unhappy, I'm on this, I'm that. So that you can't just keep an unhappy player. Chelsea are the only people that have done the Sterling thing. No other club in history will do that kind of thing. Playing like a very good player that amount of wages and just bench him far away. I don't think Chelsea will even do it for Enzo self. So it feels like it's a club team, not necessarily Liam team.
makes sense.
But that's my problem with Liam. You don't need to come and talk and say, hey, we are dropping this guy because of you can just he has made a story out of nothing now because rather I'm sure there are like 1,000 journalists that have already typed draft ready for Man City game. As soon as the results that we think or that they think, not me, because me, I know Chelsea will win because we're a good club. But as soon as the result that they think happens will happen, we just start saying, hey,
Draft to be dropped.
Liam, this. So he has gone and created a situation that he should not have. He just come and say, I talked to the guys, so we are going to deal with it internally. Bam, keep quiet, leave it there. Don't come and say you dropped for two.
They asked
Who are you doing it for? Who are you telling?
Okay, to cut you just sorry to cut you short, Michael. Remember, was it Euro or something? There was some tournament that Enzo went and was doing some racist chants, and he came back to the team, and they said James called him, and he died. And I think Enzo played. I remember them just supposed to say
Yeah.
maybe they should have not allowed him play the game. And that they
No,
just died a slow death. They said they paid a fine and there was no problem.
Yeah.
They had to
No,
take
but
it.
yeah, exactly. I just don't even remember this thing again
they
because it's
they
just
asked
guy.
they asked Pep about Rodri's talking about Spain. Pep said it's nothing. So it's nothing. It's like also too, you guys should start calling me prophet. I start the church. When did I talk about Enzo's wages again? I said I think it's a wage issue that they want to push the highest wages out. Mickey, you should have I said it a while
No,
back,
no,
right?
no, no, no. That's inaccurate.
This wage
Enzo is
thing,
not
I
our
don't believe
highest
this
wage
wage thing.
earner.
I
No,
think
He is
I think
after
it's
his
Fofana.
he is
no. It is
180,000
actually
pounds per week.
no. It is
why
for
can't you
Probably
get him
Fofana.
Fofana. It's Fofana.
Yeah,
Fofana
probably
is on
Fofana.
200k. I think it's Fofana,
Nobody's on
Cucurella.
200k in
just said
Chelsea.
he's
Yeah,
checking Google a lot
Nobody.
these days. Check
Fofana
Google. Check if
is.
you checking
I'm
Google these
serious.
days. Check open
Because
Google.
Enzo is on 180.
Fofana was signed in the same transfer window with Sterling and Koulibaly. So that was
Enzo is on
a
180k.
Eh?
Enzo is on 180k.
yeah, and
Enzo is on
Fofana
How much
is
is
on
Fofana?
180,000.
200.
How much is Fofana?
He's on 200.
And Enzo is on 180k. 180k that you can push out is good deal.
No,
So why
180k
are
is
they not
not
trying to push Fofana
180k
out
is
then?
not
If
big
wages.
wages in today's. I know we are in the
No, in
trenches.
Chelsea's big wages.
No,
In Chelsea's big
no,
wages.
no, 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 no. Come on,
That's
come
the
on.
second highest salary.
No, no, but it's not. It's
No, we
not
can't
big
get
in the
our
scheme
second
of
highest
football.
salary. James is 250k now.
James, no, James is
James
on
has reduced
200.
his own now.
Yeah, reduce his own.
Yeah, but Chelsea,
Oh,
this
that
blue
guy,
coat
man.
comfortably played the 250k for like almost 4 years.
Because they had no choice.
Who says who? They could have forced him out or asked him.
They couldn't. He's the captain of the club. He's English. They couldn't. He's like the
No,
face of the
It would have
club.
you
been, it
can't
would
say
have been
180k is
disaster.
big wages.
I'm
It would
saying
have
that,
been media
like,
disaster.
For Chelsea now, I feel that, like I said, they want to get Enzo out, and it's financial reasons, and they are both of them know what's happening.
I don't think so. I think it's
To
all
be honest,
Enzo's
I thought the
doing.
whole wage thing was a distraction.
No, I don't think so,
I
because
think that's the
like
crux of the matter.
because I my thought is that it's not even the wage alone. You see that balance of money they are owing on Enzo. They want to get it off their annual what's it called annual
Balance
expenditure.
sheet.
But if they are doing it this way, doesn't it reduce Enzo's value? Like if they are
No,
making
so like I explained to you about transfer, it's on amortization for 8.5 years. They know that Enzo today they will sell him for at least 60 million. Now, maybe what they are owing on Enzo is remaining 70 million. They know we'll get 10 million profit. But the important thing is that to meet PSR is your annual expenditure. So if they can take off another 40 million off it, it's good deal for Chelsea. That can buy them another two players
That's
for cheap.
but there's nothing wrong with that. Look at Gusto,
It's
my
business.
I
boy.
mean, Gittins.
Doing okay.
They'll buy to get. They'll buy Johnston Adams.
Oh,
Who's that?
okay. So
It's an Arsenal joke.
Nobody
do you think
knows.
so?
It's an Arsenal joke.
Enzo should have been dropped, or how do you think Liam should have handled it? Do you think she should have handled it another way?
Just keep quiet.
Just keep quiet.
And just don't play him today and say you are trying to rest him after the international
That's
break.
what
End
I
of
was
the
saying.
season.
Jason was saying that he could have said that. That's what I'm asking you specifically because he doesn't say anything wrong with Liam saying.
No,
Yeah, so
Liam should have dropped Enzo. He did the right thing, but his approach was wrong. I don't think he should have announced it
just keep quiet.
2 days before. He could have announced it like, when they are announcing the lineup and you say, oh, Enzo is dropped before the game starts, and you say, yeah, it's for disciplinary reasons, and that's it. But talking about it like before the game, like 2 days before the game, it just creates unnecessary distraction for the club. Thank God that we came out to win 7-0, so it doesn't really matter anymore.
That's a big club. Not the ones that are losing 1-0.
It's no
Yeah,
longer
scored.
1-0,
Just
it's
scored, don't worry.
1-1.
You want
Gyökeres just scored. We know.
one? Yeah, just sorry. Guys.
So you guys had to bring Gyökeres on
Of course. So hey,
for Southampton. It's not. I think it's even right you guys are missing. It's not like the people, all the stone you guys have rejected have been the ones doing work for you. Gyökeres is it? They build you guys out. Gyökeres is
oh, we are
probably
playing for four, so Havertz and Gyökeres up front.
scoring for.
I personally think what you should have done was I don't think there are times that you discipline a player and you don't say anything. Like I remember when Eze was dropped, everybody knew what happened, but Ateta did not say a single word about what happened. It was just more like, I'll make the best decision for the team. Kept on, kept on. Didn't say, oh, he did this, he didn't do that. Even the case of Aubameyang, Ozil, Ateta never said about till
What's the
today.
difference?
Nothing in
What the
public till
context
today.
is? Eze wasn't your best player. That's the context.
No, I'm just saying that. I'm just saying that, like, as coaches, there's a way you handle issues without creating further problem for your squad.
Of course.
So you would, it's an internal matter. Like what Enzo did during the racist chant was an international problem, but Chelsea managed in such a way that it did not become a Chelsea problem.
I
Because
remember.
when you start punishing him, then it's not a Chelsea problem.
Yep.
So
Anyways,
But you know,
moving on now.
he,
Since we're still talking about
1 second, Shay. You know, he gave like 3 interviews on that topic. It was like he continued, like he wanted a reaction from the club, and he has gotten
just
it.
call him. Just call
Another
him.
thing they could have probably done was probably strip him of the captaincy or the vice captain. That's another thing you guys are not
It's easier.
understanding.
Yeah.
He's also
Just do
our
that.
vice captain. He's not just a regular player. If your vice captain is saying something like that and you just keep quiet, it means there's no standard. It even goes back to what you were saying about Arteta. When Arteta wanted to instill the discipline and he saw that, oh, Aubameyang and all these senior players are not behaving properly, he had to get rid of them to maintain that discipline. So there's no way Liam is just going to let him have a pass. I don't see. You have to discipline
No,
him.
we're not saying she don't have a pass. We're saying he doesn't need to make doesn't need to make news of it. I can
Exactly.
just do it quietly inside the club. Like it's not as if Estaval and the other people will not see that, oh, they benched this guy for saying things.
Yeah.
Discipline. He doesn't need to come and tell us and create a story now. Because again, the storyline will now be, oh, he has dropped his best player.
Dressing room
If
issues.
that's not if Man City now decide to Haaland decide to score hat-trick now, they will say Enzo
They'll say
was not.
because of that. Yeah.
That was why. You
Because
see.
he could simply just say that it's Real Madrid. Every player wants to play Real Madrid, and that is the end.
Yeah,
Then
like
you're not
the
going
way
to deal
Pep
with
That
did
it.
makes
his
common
own.
sense.
Yeah,
Everybody knows.
yeah.
You're not going to deal with the player in secret.
Mhm.
Like
well, now that Joseph mentioned vice captaincy, we had a new captain today, Palmer. I don't know if it's our new captain that led us to win 7-0. Did you guys see any effect from Captain Palmer today? What do you think about Palmer being the captain? Does he have leadership traits? And then do you think like captains need to have that aura around them? Like,
my first thought when I saw Palmer as captain is Chelsea's rebuilding, and Chelsea's building on players that are committing to a long-term future to stay at the club. So I'm thinking they're also revising the structure of the club. So more like James will be the captain, and Palmer might be the vice captain because Palmer, on the surface of things, he has nowhere to go. If he wants, unless he wants to leave England, he doesn't look like a player that Arsenal will sign. He doesn't look like a player that Liverpool will sign. I'm serious, like because it's not like he's already playing in a big club. Now, if he goes to like Arsenal, Liverpool, Man U now, he's now going to start fighting for shirt and space. Right now at Chelsea, he knows that so long as he's in form, he gets the shirt. Now, so and if I were him as well, so I would commit long term to Chelsea. It's a club, he's young, he can become a Chelsea legend easily. He
okay,
has the
wait,
policies
wait.
to
I
do
don't want
that.
to forget something you said. You said that Chelsea's rebuilding and they want to commit, but everyone right there has a long-term contract. But from what I'm trying to understand, is why Palmer? Like, there's nobody in that team that doesn't have a
And,
long-term contract. So,
and no, not it's not about the contract. It's about the will you be a player that want to force a move?
also Palmer is one of the players unlikely to want to force.
Unlikely to force a move. He's British. He's
Yeah,
unlikely
he's one of
going.
the only players that we are seeing United is linked to, like of all the players we have,
No,
right?
it's the person, so they can link it to him. I do look like so. For example, the foreign players, Cucurella and Co, all are talking about going to back to Spain, things like that, and they are the senior players in the team. Also, to there's Pedro Neto, who will also be judged in that category as well too. Then you now have what are the rest of senior players in Chelsea? That's all.
Until
Tosin, why are you forgetting of Tosin?
Tosin is just old. He's not considered a Chelsea. He's like a backup defender. So
I said,
it's not
Caicedo is another player as well too, but also too we don't know what's also happening as well too with Caicedo as well, because there's something that I don't we don't know what's happening with Caicedo as well too. But that's what I'm saying. The moment I saw Palmer as captain, I was like, Chelsea's thinking long term on who players might less
You
likely.
don't think this
Yeah.
is Liam's decision? You think this is the board that told him
I think
to?
this is a club. I'm saying that I'm thinking they are thinking of the leadership of the team as going forward. Who are those that we think we can depend on a longer term?
Honestly, in my opinion, I don't think it's that deep.
Yeah, it is not.
I think it's just a how will I say it now? Like giving your best player, like forcing your best player to grow up kind
Mm-hmm.
of situation. Like sometimes you just give your best player captain
Mm-hmm.
armband for a game.
Yeah,
If
exactly. For
if
one
Reese
game.
was on the pitch, he won't be captain. If
No,
Enzo was on the
This
pitch,
is
he won't be
captain.
captain.
This is captain.
Okay, good, Michael.
No,
This
I mean
Enzo
Palmer won't be
Davis captain.
captain if Reese
Okay,
was on the pitch.
Michael's thinking makes sense, but I'm like, does it work like even in management and leadership? Should it work that way? Because for me, Palmer does not have that air of leadership around him. He's a
Yeah,
good
but
player. He likes, he can score goal. Like he doesn't. He seems nonchalant. Like that's the energy he brings.
okay,
So for me,
so
and I would ask everybody who, if you were Liam, what would you have done? And I'm not even thinking this is. I'm thinking this is just for. There's nothing wrong with James. He just signed a long-term contract. Maybe Enzo
James
vice
is still the
captain.
captain.
Today I would have given a Pedro Neto the captain armband because unless maybe the only reason I'm thinking like maybe Liam did maybe the disciplinary issues, but Neto brings more of like a leadership vibe. Like today from that first 11, I don't know why I didn't give Tosin. Maybe because Tosin doesn't play regularly. I don't like Tosin as a player, but for that leadership, Tosin still gives something like a leader compared to Palmer. Joseph even says Sanchez. Like even like I would even take Sanchez over Palmer in terms of lead. I don't know when you're
well,
looking at the captain, what do you look at? Because somebody that can get the
we can
players
also
going.
say there is a length of time at the club
Yeah, I
because
was
I think
about
only
to say that.
Fofana on that 11 is older than Palmer in the club. That's in has been there
Chalobah.
longer. Only Fofana. So
Chalobah.
I
Chalobah
just
is
feel like it's
out
just
now.
giving your best player a chance to
Which makes
be
sense.
the captain. I don't think it's
I
that
think
deep
it's
for me.
deeper than that though. I don't
No,
Yeah,
think
I
it's that
don't
strong.
think so.
I don't think. I just think it's a one-off game, and that's it. And
Yeah,
even
yeah.
Liam hasn't been at the club long enough to assess the players to know. Okay, so maybe from training and everything in the dressing room, Palmer is the one player that he seems to be able to confide in. And then we are thinking about this Spanish agenda. These players falling
For
out.
me, that agenda
Eh,
is big. It's a big
well,
one.
so that may be a reason why he might have given it to Palmer, someone he can trust.
There's a
Maybe
loyalty
because
issue.
I get what you are
There's
saying. Because I'm the way I'm looking at it is Enzo's influence will also spread to the likes of Caicedo
Caicedo.
and all
You
of that.
already
Even
punished
Sanchez
Sanchez. You
possibly.
already first person he punished was Sanchez, Spanish. Then we have Enzo, Spanish speaking. Then we have what's it called, Cucurella.
And now
Then
Caicedo.
Caicedo has been overlooked for captain band. Then Pedro. These are all
No,
the
forget
same.
Pedro. Pedro is not
No, I'm just
is
saying.
not a
I'm saying
captain
that like
material.
these are
Caicedo was
all.
not even on the he
I'm
was not
saying
on
these
the
are
pitch at
all the
all today.
same. These are all
I
the
don't think
same. You know, see. So the reason why that thing came to my mind was PSG. When Pochettino was at PSG, they had the South Americans versus the European Alliance in PSG, whereby the Europeans feel that the South Americans are the Poch boys, and that created a big problem in PSG.
But Liam stayed long enough to have English boys and South American Enzo boys, Spanish boys.
My thought process is that dropping Sanchez created a Sanchez alliance, because all this started after Sanchez was dropped. By the way, all this drama started
This
after Sanchez was
is
dropped.
everywhere because
as
of
in, this theory,
You
this
now let to be
theory is
proven.
so
That's my
good.
hypothesis. You now let to us to test and prove
I
it.
didn't
You
even
have
think
to
about that
propose
one.
All this started after Sanchez was dropped, and football has parapol. They have like
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, again, I'm beginning to buy that idea. Of, okay, maybe he wants to English. He wants to have his own. He trusts the English players
young
and
people.
things
Yeah,
like that. That's quite
Yeah, but
unfortunate.
that's a stupid thing for a
Very
coach to
stupid.
do.
Very very stupid.
Very, because I don't think it's true, but it's a very stupid thing for a coach because football is way too global now. There's probably one guy deep south in South America, in Nigeria, that is like your best Estavao, for example. So what now? You now decide no, you want to start dropping Estavao. A Spanish speaker is probably your best young talent. I don't think this. I don't think
Because I
this.
know Odegaard is Arsenal's captain because of he's the most technical player we have, and he speaks everybody's language.
So,
So Odegaard can
there's
speak to
no
everybody.
conspiracy. There's no
No, I'm saying can speak to Odegaard as a language. The same way Granit Xhaka was captain as Arsenal too.
Odegaard
He
can
can
speak
come.
French.
Yep.
Oh,
Also too, Granit Xhaka as well too can speak, can communicate with everybody too. He has, or let
yeah,
me say,
yeah.
they have
He's
more.
Swiss.
They are
That makes
multilingual.
sense. Yeah, but I
Then we
don't
have
think
our
Odegaard
coach
could
as
speak
well too
French.
can speak 6 languages.
Okay.
So we know that. So that's why the Palmer does not like Chelsea is multilingual. So Palmer that is a strictly English boy. I don't
just
know.
in the language, but Palmer doesn't seem like a
That's
leader.
what I'm saying. Like so,
That's why I'm
that's why
even
my
confused. Like,
that's why
if
my
Yeah,
you,
but
conspiracy
for you
theory
guys, if you guys were in Liam's position, who would you have given the armband to?
Palmer.
Really? Even
Yeah,
after
probably
criticizing the fact that he doesn't
The
have any
dressing room is
leadership there.
divided.
it's a one-off game. I think I'll give it to
Even I'll give
Palmer.
him the vice captain to James comeback. The dressing room is divided already. Obviously, if you say it's not divided, we are all joking and deceiving ourselves.
That's Joseph. You'd also give Palmer if you're in Liam's
no, I
position.
wouldn't have given it to
Who would you
Palmer.
give?
Me?
I
I'm
said
Yes, sir.
going to give it to
Sanchez.
Pedro Neto now. I'm going to give
I
more
would,
than
Sanchez
I
that
would,
is playing because Jejison is injured.
I would give it to Sanchez, but I
Remember,
guess
we're saying it's a one.
I'm just saying Sanchez that is playing just because the favorite keeper is injured.
I don't think that is accurate. I think he has gone back to playing Sanchez, but we'll
No,
find out when
Yes,
Jorgensen
no,
I
comes
no,
agree
back.
with
no.
Hmm?
Joseph. I agree
I
with
don't think
Joseph on
so.
this one.
Did you see
You
I
how
think
have
we're
one.
bloody
overreading
Jorgensen
into this
was
game, in my
against
opinion.
PSG? Why would he still keep him on?
Jejison is injured. He was
Yeah.
poor the first leg. He still played in the second leg.
No, he didn't play him. It was Sanchez
Sanchez
that
He
played
played
the
the
played.
second
second leg.
leg.
Sanchez
What are you
played the
talking
second
about?
He
leg.
was injured for the second leg. He's been injured.
I don't
So we
think.
can't say he's
Well,
been injured.
when
Sanchez
Jorgensen
that played
comes back,
second
we will
leg.
find out, sir.
We'll see. Yeah.
Mhm.
Exactly. We put an end to these conspiracies. There's too many
I feel
conspiracies.
that Chelsea will start buying non-Spanish speaking players very soon. With
Why? Because of
Liam,
Liam?
that's my bias. That's my conspiracy theory.
Because of Liam? We don't even know how long
No,
Liam's been doing this.
like, and it's not because of Liam, by the way. Like, I feel that so they're like for clubs, there are players you buy for long-term purpose. There are players you buy for purpose of resale. Like in case I feel Chelsea will now be banking more on players like that are less likely to. It happens in football club.
So
Players
what?
that are less migratory. That you know that you can bank on them for 5 years
So
like
that means we're
that.
going to stick to only English players.
No, maybe more strictly more European based players a lot more than South African players are very migratory. They don't have loyalty. It's where the money comes. Whoever comes with the money, they are gone. They are gone.
Fair point. Fair point. Okay. We can talk about the greatest striker in the world, Erling Haaland. Was this an easy game for him to give us a hat trick, or was Liverpool just really poor? Because before this game, because as always, when Haaland doesn't score in 1 or 2 games, everybody has something to say. Blah blah blah. It's not this striker. It's not this. This is that. Blah blah blah. There's always some hot takes about him, even after it gives us numbers. He just comes casually to score a trick. So this is one of those games where like he's coming back in the Premier League to give us this type of form, or Liverpool was just really poor.
Honestly, in my opinion, I know Haaland scored hat-trick though, but in my opinion, the real man of the match was Czechia.
Yeah.
Then Semedo before Haaland. I
Then
don't think
Nico
Haaland
O'Reilly,
scores the hat-trick.
Nico O'Reilly.
Well, Nico Riley after Haaland, but I don't think Haaland scores the hat-trick today. If Czech is not on that pitch. I
No,
don't think
Nico
he
O'Reilly
scores
had
the
a good
hat-trick
game.
if
Had a good
Semenyo is not on that pitch. Like, take one of them out, I don't think he scores the hat-trick. Take two of them out, I don't think Liverpool. I don't think Man City will beat Liverpool self if you take two of them out of that game today. They check both that game. Every attack, every chance, everything was just going through him. I think he was very, very good. Semenyo was like next to him. Then Haaland and Nico Riley were close. And then Liverpool on the other scale were just very, very poor. Van Dijk just decided today that you could not blame the wins today now. So what he will say after the match, there was no win to blame.
Or
So
somebody who was flirting with Liverpool last season, Michael. You're.
Ah, no, see, they're working alone. Oh, maybe next season, Chelsea do anyhow. We'll go back to them. We don't know. We shall see.
Last season, you were flirting with Liverpool. So for you to come and talk about them like this. Okay, so are you saying that in the next games now, once check is playing, Alan will give us Alan number? That's what I'm interested in.
It's hard to say that because, again, Liverpool were poor. You know, two things can be true in football.
Mm.
Czech, Haaland, Semenyo were very good. Van Dijk, the entire back line, the midfield of Liverpool, plus Salah. Basically, I think only Eketike I can say was close enough to his normal game. All of them were just, I don't know what happened to them. So uh, they will surely meet opponents that will not give them the kind of freedom and space and the woeful performance that Liverpool gave today. So can't really say yes or no, but hopefully, me, I'm hoping because now we need Man City to come and carry this league title from those people that want to deceive themselves for quadruple.
You can't even call it. You
So,
can't call it triple now that it's like double.
it's quadruple they are going for. Don't play. Oh, they have won one already. They are just keeping it. They are just
We
keeping
won community shield, right?
just give me the share for us.
Wow,
They will show us on the last day.
Okute, big Okute like you. Anyways,
Quadruple winners 2026.
I just talk something that the various people and their
I
criminal
think,
No,
activities.
I think,
they say they are still going for the quadruple, and the
Yeah.
fourth title or the fourth achievement
hey,
for them is
they don't
Tottenham going down.
score.
And now
Please.
it looks like they are
You're
doing.
kidding me. Southampton
Yes, Southampton
so
have just
quadruple,
scored.
guys.
Yep, yep,
I'm
yep.
84
They
minutes.
like say the quadruple go don't turn double, don't turn single.
Then next week
From four,
it will come to
Quadruple, okay,
God
stick
does
up.
not like God does not
You
like
want to play with the
God
big
does not
boys.
like
Life quadruple choking.
God does not like God
Life
does not like polygamy.
You want
right
to
now
play with the
watching it
big
live.
boys. Put this one.
Quadruple choking live.
God does not support polygamy. It's just one wife. So see this is not bad. One man, one wife.
Man,
So
Offside.
Dortmund to not even,
I
I
think we
say,
are
what is
offside
happening now?
though.
Dortmund not going to World Cup again. He cannot
no.
even
That man has
No,
played
support
well.
Omo,
Southampton.
that
That
man
man has been playing well.
has been our best player
He's
by
been
the way.
their
That
best
man
player
go,
today.
okay,
that man
I
has been
mean,
our
based
best
on
player
this
today.
result,
Like
that one's still going to the World Cup based on this result.
I think so far, even with this result, he's
Joseph,
been
your
the
boy Saliba was
best
there when they
player.
scored this goal,
Come on,
though.
Ah no,
I
he's
just
been
What's
did
the
look
Saliba
best.
am
on?
now.
And
Saliba
now the
was
two game without blue for the
Saliba was
ball.
turning yash like Van Dijk there just now. I don't know what's going on.
The
Saliba
spirit
became
of
a Van
the
Dijk.
spirit of Van Dijk.
Saliba became a Van. I can't believe I watched this
Anyways,
live,
based
That
on
man.
man
the
now,
Liverpool,
11 withdrawals,
Almost where did
international
they
As
withdrawals
go?
in,
for this, and they are not
waiting.
fresh. Mm.
you see, they are
Next
injured. That's why they are playing like
Oh, they
this.
are
Eh,
That's
injured now.
justifies your
Why
point.
are they in the
Mm.
so
squad or
like,
why are they playing?
Mm.
Who else would you have played? Because everybody else is injured. Anyways, back to the Liverpool Man City stuff. Like, I feel Liverpool has been poor. There's nothing. It's not about Man City playing well because the setup already was like you are setting up for Man City to deal with you. You want Florian Wirtz to cover Kekes, but you want Kekes to be flying winger. Where there's Semenyo, what do you expect? Both Kekes and Florian Wirtz cannot mark Semenyo together. You are now saying that Vets that does not even barely defense to be covering Kekes while Kekes is flying forward. You just left that space open. And that singular act created like a space, a lot of space for Cherki and Semenyo to operate in. A lot of space. So Liverpool was setup was wrong and poor in the first place.
Well,
So
I still think
okay,
Haaland
well, now that I'm
is
watching
brilliant
the
today.
quadruple choking live, and before the quadruple choking, Arsenal's players withdrew massively, if I can use that word. There's a word Joseph is using today.
you were injured now.
Nefarious.
Nefarious.
Nefarious. I love that
And
word.
criminal.
Nefarious criminal
Today,
activities.
like
Yes.
for me, Arsenal's mass international withdrawal from the international games, like injury crisis, or is
They
it
were
game
injured.
match? And even after all that nefarious and fraudulent activity, let me borrow Joseph's word, they're still choking.
They
So
are injured. They are injured, by the way. You can't say
injured.
there's still
Okay,
time in the
Joseph,
game.
handle this one. Handle this
There's
one
still
for us.
time in the game. I won't.
there's no time. It's 2 minutes or so.
Okay, true.
There's no time.
I saw the tweet.
They will give them.
Ah,
They'll give them
that's
9 minutes.
far.
The
Guys,
thing
Oh,
is,
please,
they were
please,
actually
please,
injured.
what
I
do
believe they were. I
you
believe they
guys
were
said?
injured,
Saliba
but they
has
were
ankle
not injured.
injury. Gabriel has knee injury. Rice has a knock.
Gabriel came out in this game because of knee injury. He was removed
All
to
of these
Saliba.
guys played
Yeah,
today
but
and they were on the bench.
No, Shay.
Calafiori was on the bench. Calafiori wasn't injured, so he could have started
Shay.
Exactly. He's a
Calafiori.
centre back. He's
Calafiori
no
played.
longer a centre back.
Calafiori
Calafiori
is
is
come
a
from a
centre
long
back.
time. Calafiori is come from a long time injury, playing 2 consecutive games in a long time for Italy to qualify for World Cup. Gabriel came out in this game because of knee injury.
Which
He was removed from injury in this
long-term
game.
injury are you talking about?
You guys are-
Yes,
Calafiori was your
Calafiori
best
was
player
for
against Man City. Where did you
when
get these things from? When he
Calafiori,
came
do you
on,
know how many games
when
Calafiori has played
Calafiori
this
came on in
season?
the Carling Cup, Abi Carabao, he was your best player.
Yes, do you know how long Calafiori has been off for?
Okay. He played in that game and then he played for
They talk
Italy.
like their manager.
So I'm saying that Calafiori has played like 3 consecutive games in a long time, since like almost 7 months. Abba. And even the Gabriel you're saying that was not injured came out of this game because he was injured.
He's
He
calm.
got injured during the game, is he not?
No, it's not. He's injured.
He
He
wasn't.
has a
If he
knee
was
injury.
injured, he won't start
I
the
agree
game.
with
He
Joseph.
played 90
No,
minutes
it's
against
already-
Man
a
City.
set amount of
You
time.
see, okay, coaches
Hospital.
deciding player to start a game is not because they are not injured or not. It's a case of how well can you take it for a while so that we can see what happens. He's injured because
Gabriel and Saliba played
Guys,
the last
okay,
game
okay,
against Man City.
it doesn't mean they were not. It does not mean they were not injured. That's what I'm saying.
Take away the fact that you're an Arsenal fan. Look
Yeah.
at this. Look at the like. That's a long list. Come on, let's.
I'm saying that it doesn't mean they are not injured. I'm just telling you that because it doesn't mean they are not injured. Gabriel had the same knee injury in October at international break. He was away for 3 weeks, the same knee. So we are not sure that it's fully
Like
fit.
Gabriel's physiotherapist.
I'm just saying, so you two, you don't know. You're not the physiotherapist or the doctor. You're not.
okay. So
Because
this
I'm
guy-
saying this game, for example, this game at 1-1, Gabriel went to a tackle and he couldn't get up. And they took him out immediately for Saliba, meaning that Saliba was not even meant to play this game.
Okay, so you also, I think you're saying to us and to everybody, to our viewers, that you guys are not trying to protect your title.
Yeah, the players are injured. Like I don't think
They are
I think they are injured. They are injured. They are injured, and they are not very fit. And that's for
They're not doing the
Saliba.
various activities.
I'm
That's what
serious.
I'm saying.
So you guys are protecting them so they can be fit enough for the title. Is that what you're saying?
Like I'm fit not to finish the season, and also to
Win
the
and win and
you
win
see
the
the
double.
mistake y'all. The thing y'all
When
make
the
is that even
quadruple, why you say double
even
now?
their countries want them to be even their countries want them to be fit for the World Cup. In case you don't know, World Cup is in 8 weeks. Who wants an injured player?
Akin,
8 weeks.
Akin, I
It's
don't
just
have any.
convenient time
Let me
for Arsenal
let me be
players,
up. Let me be honest and objective and reasonable, right? Arsenal are going for the title. Man City have done this sometimes. They've been withdrawals. It's fine, you know. The issue I had was 11 withdrawals. 11. Let's say
Okay,
it
so
was like
out of the 11,
Let's
how
say
many
it was-
of them did not go in the first place?
let's say it was like 5 or 6, right? It wouldn't have been too bad. Immediately
One
after,
say, okay.
immediately after the game with Man City, already on a Monday, Saliba and Gabriel immediately pulled out, right? And it's not as if
Yeah.
they had knocks during the game. Now you see Gabriel
Are
went
you
up.
sure they don't? Are you sure they didn't have knocks during the
He would
game?
have taken them out. Now Gabriel has
You
gone out
wouldn't know.
injured,
You
right?
wouldn't
I
know.
can say,
You would not
or at
know.
least it looks like he's genuinely injured.
Who Trossard?
But if the
Who?
player is getting injured after the
Gabriel
game,
went
it's
down.
just very suspicious.
Marino got injured in training and broke a foot. He's not coming back till end of May.
Who's that?
Or May. He
Marino.
broke a foot in training. Did you know about? It wasn't during any
The
game.
day Saliba and Gabriel pulled out, you guys were not in training.
What I'm just saying is like, see, I don't know if you get what I'm saying is like, so for example, Saliba has been battling with an injury all season whereby he plays, they will just say he's not playing for 2 weeks again because the injury flared up again. Gabriel has been having the knee injury back and forth since October, whereby there are games they will rest him for because of the knee. What I'm saying that is not, they are not new injuries that just woke up. Like Gabriel right now, today, we are saying that if he made up his injury, okay, he was removed in this game because the knee flared up again during the game. The same knee.
Aki, can I tell you what I think? I think it's
Yeah.
both. I think you guys have real injuries, but I also think you're being incredibly cautious. There's no way you can.
Yes.
So it's
The
both
injuries
of-
are there. That I'm not saying they are not. The injuries are there.
But you guys are also being cautious, and you're
Yeah, so that it doesn't get worse.
on that caution. You're engaging in fraudulent and
It's not. It's not. When a player is
Nefarious
injured,
activity.
no, when a
That's
player
what
is
it
injured,
is.
you don't.
If this was last season, right, I will agree with you.
Yes.
But you have Mosquera now. You guys have so many center backs. Almost everybody in that
So
team can play center back. You have
okay,
Mosquera.
so
You have Mosquera. You have
is Mosquera the one in this game that they are
exactly. That's
sometimes
what I'm
call us
saying.
back and
So I don't
left
see
and
how
right.
Mosquera and Calafiori couldn't have played center half, and Luis Kelly
Calaf-
plays left back, and he would
Today,
have rested Gabriel. And I'm very certain
what
if Ateta feels that Gabriel and Saliba are not fit, he will not risk them when you are going for
what I'm saying that do
when
you
you are
think
going
that
for quadruple. You have a game in 2 days' time.
Calafiori played 3 consecutive games for like the first time in almost 8 months. He just came back from Italy on. They played on Wednesday or Tuesday. Wednesday. You
Are
want
you
to
sure?
start him again on Saturday?
These 3 consecutive you are talking about.
Checky and go play wherever they went.
Calafiori has been injured for like half of the season.
That is not accurate. Hincape has been
Anyway,
playing
Okay,
very well.
okay.
Hincape has been
Nkapi is
playing very
injured.
well
Okay,
for you
Nkapi is
guys.
injured now.
And I
Nkapi
think
is injured
Hincape
now.
started to bench Calafiori. I don't think it
Nkapi
was.
is injured now.
I get that, which is why he's not
Okay.
playing. But I think some
So
of it is.
you counted Nkapi as your 11, no? Nkapi is part of your 11 that pulled out for live injury.
But
Nkapi is injured
wait.
now.
What I'm saying is that Calafiori hasn't
Anyways,
been missing Arsenal games just solely on
I'm
injury.
saying he's injured.
No, I
He's
think Hincape
injured.
has been benching him. Hincape has had
He's
some really good
injured.
games for
He's
Arsenal at
injured.
left
Yeah,
back.
Nkapi had good games.
Yeah,
But Calafiori has been injured. I'm an Arsenal fan. I follow Arsenal injury like back to back. What you just started following international break injuries.
they shout injured.
So
No, I'm watching the games.
That's what you to say.
Is not this withdrawal, this injury withdrawal has
this
been
game is
going on for
over.
like 3 years in Arsenal, especially Saka.
This game is
Saka has
over.
been doing this consistently.
No, Saka has played almost every game. Saka has barely withdraws from. I don't think he has, unless he's injured.
Okay,
Saka only plays out when he's injured. Don't worry.
Okay, guys,
Don't
let's do
do
something
nefarious
completely
things.
different while we are watching the quadruple choke live. Let's do
Mom, we choked two titles in 2 weeks. It's painful to be an Arsenal fan this week. Go hard. No?
podcast.
Go hard.
Watching Arsenal choke live. What claim to be alive? Live.
Don't worry, it's fine.
It's fine.
What's the other option?
This is really bad.
If it's not fine, what will it be?
It's bad, no?
It's
It's
bad.
bad. I agree with you. Like as I said, it's going to be hard to be an Arsenal fan this week. It's going to be very hard.
So there's actually
Southampton coming back to Premier League.
What? Yeah, in
Arsenal
championship.
Will they choke in the Premier League?
Oh, Arsenal. No, Arsenal will not choke in the Premier League.
they are
That
not
was
coming
really
back to
hard,
the Premier League. Oh.
Arsenal will not choke the Premier League. Let's move on. Arsenal, okay. Don't worry, we have lost this one.
Arsenal bottling company.
Yes, so
My
I
favorite.
agree.
My favorite.
ABC. ABC.
I don't turn off all my WhatsApp. Also, ask people that have forgotten
So
me
you
now
guys,
years.
I
Will remember
don't
me.
understand how you guys
Anyway,
think in
let's talk
Arsenal.
about something.
Because if you lose this game and then you lose the Premier League, are you really telling me you
Arsenal
go
won't lose the
trophyless
Premier
this
League.
season?
Arsenal won't lose the Premier League. Don't worry.
This is two back-to-back
If Man
losses.
City decide to turn
Again, this is two
performance
back-to-back
fine.
losses.
It's fine. We are okay. Don't worry.
You guys are in a bit
Come
of a
back.
rot now. What
As
did
game
you
ended.
say?
Well, like I tell you, I feel that the injuries are actually real. I'm not even joking
Okay.
about it.
What are you not joking about?
I'm saying I'm sure the injuries are real. Most of the injuries, almost all
Yeah,
of
they
them.
seem real. Now, for losing to Southampton, you really seem real for sure. Like, yeah, I'm sorry for doubting you. That's like, with this result, there's no way you guys are fit
With
and
a-
losing to
with a straight
Southampton.
face.
like dead part the thing go.
That's just 7-star performance.
Oh, you guys are.
Anyways, man, you guys have the mouth this week. It's fine. I'm good.
We're a big club. See us, we just came 7-0 bam. Just
Fine,
went back,
7-0 against the team that is relegated to League 2. It's fine.
we beat the opponent in front of us.
At least they are better than Port Vale is 24th in League 1.
Hands
So
on
they
the
are already
ref,
relegated
no.
to League 2.
Did we or did we not beat the team in front of us?
You beat them,
7-0.
performance.
We are big club, bro.
Arsenal are
No,
more.
this is how Man City will win. That's how Man City will go this season and win double with FA
Wow.
Cup and Carabao Cup.
Confirm.
What?
Quadruple
Yes,
to
now.
double.
It's done.
Yeah.
To double in 2 weeks.
four turn two, four turn two.
What point to?
I love it.
I don't know
Anyways,
if you are aware, but a
I just
couple of
love
seasons
that.
ago, this is what happened.
yeah.
You lost to Southampton, you lost to Sporting as well. Like in the same period, like all the choking happened around the same time.
It was that was always happening in February.
Actually,
This is
perfect.
April.
Yeah,
Actually,
this is choking season.
perfect.
Madrid self are
But
choking where they are, so it's
Even
normal.
even they beat Real Madrid today.
You saw Enzo, you saw the conspiracy at the bridge, you saw so many things, but you didn't see Southampton. Why?
I did not see. I didn't see it. They say the prophet, the Lanta cannot see itself. Are you supposed to see that one? The Lanta cannot see itself. According to the old proverb, the
Only you.
prophet cannot see his own.
Enzo's contract
We're going
situation.
to have a very fun 24
America
hours.
As let them just choke again on
I didn't
Tuesday,
see this
The
Wednesday,
one, bro.
this
meltdown
week.
begins.
Yeah,
Ateta out as
the
usual.
the Malakas did not show me this one. Maybe I'll ask them next time
Oh,
to show me more Arsenal related prophecies.
Okay, Chiu, I want to ask you, do you see yourself winning the Champions League as an
I see us
Arsenal?
winning the Premier League. Champions League is whatever. Yeah,
Okay, but you
You
don't see
don't
the
believe
Champions
why
League.
now?
it's a whatever
Believe
happens. I
yourself
take
now.
it one
Okay,
one
but Chiu,
one
what's
game at a
happening to
time.
the vision of the Champions League? What's going on?
Exactly.
No, we take it
Believe
one
yourself.
step at a time.
Vision is
I never see vision, but I don't see vision of that one. But I Premier League, we are winning the Premier League.
Bro, you're a fake prophet. I put it
That's why I
in
don't get church. That's why I don't get church.
and don't even no venture into it, please, and stop
I
plugging
mean,
it.
if I have a church, I just need 50% accuracy. I will do well.
Aki, you are
50% accuracy
fraudulent
is
and
fine.
talking of Arsenal engaging in fraudulent and nefarious activities. That's what I'm trying to tell you today.
Like my worry, and I've said
Actually,
it
a
before.
club that
Like,
cannot print
and I've said it here before.
jersey.
Like my worry with Arsenal this season has always been that we have played every game like we are just grinding through and just trying to get a result, trying to get a result. We've had very few games where we are dominant. In the Champions League, in the
I
Champions League, we
don't
have done better
understand.
at that. But like, if there's so many games, I would say more than 60% of our games is more like we are just playing like it's like as an Arsenal fan, you are just hoping for 90 minutes to end. Not like you are enjoying the game as a fan. You are afraid that this game we might lose or we might draw,
Can I
which
say
is
something?
scary because
So
and
based
that's
on
why
this now, do you think you'll be deserving of the Premier League title? Because Joseph has challenged you all week. So based on the way you play, you are just winning results, you are just doing
that's
this.
how you win. That's how you win titles. Like
Will you be deserving of
Mourinho's
the
first
Premier League?
title.
title,
That's how you win titles.
title, singular,
Mourinho's
no S.
Jose Mourinho's first title at Chelsea.
No, don't bring.
You know what's
Mourinho
funny?
like grinding.
You know what's funny is like
for March.
Che 2004.
History
Jose
begins.
Mourinho's first Premier League title. Chelsea was not excellent, but Chelsea would frustrate you that you don't score
Chelsea,
and score one goal.
what are you
No,
saying?
Chelsea were excellent. Why
Chelsea
you
set
think
the
Chelsea were
record for
excellent
the
now?
least amount of goals.
How many
to-
games did you?
Goals.
How many games did you score by more than win by more than 2 goals?
Eh,
That's
that's,
it.
but that's excellence, though.
That's what I'm trying to tell you that. So if
that
you're
was
playing,
revolutionary
I remember
football
I remember the first game Chelsea played last season was against Wigan from relegation. Chelsea won 1-0 last late minutes goal.
So what's wrong
Wigan
with
was the
that?
best
No,
player
that was no,
defending- what's
that
wrong
was
with defending
actually the
very well?
second season. The first
The
season,
second
we played
season.
Manchester United 1-0. Go
Second
Johnson.
season.
Yes.
What I'm saying is that Chelsea under Mourinho, especially that first season, was like we'll just get 1-0, whether it's 80 something minute or 2-1. So it wasn't Chelsea was flamboyant, winning madly. No. You win titles.
Everybody knows Mourinho is not a flamboyant winner.
People didn't know Mourinho that time. People didn't know Mourinho that time well as well.
We
2004.
got to know him.
That's why I'm saying that.
Okay, can I
That's
say something? How are we going to get to know Ateta now? Because now Ateta has no style. Today is the
That's-
conservative.
are you okay?
Losing in being conservative, make it make sense.
Ateta is winning games he has to win. And that's why
He
he's top of the
didn't
Premier
win
League
today's
title.
He
Yes.
didn't need to win today's game.
No, I'm saying he's winning games to win the Premier League title.
Oh, okay, that's just you guys just wanted to win the Premier League. You didn't want to win the quadruple.
If we win the Premier League title, we have done well enough. We've not won it in 23
No,
years, by the way, though.
not really.
Okay, I guess
We've done very well if we win it.
If Man City win the FA Cup and they win the Carabao Cup, I would say Man City are a better side in England
We agree. Man
than,
City, for me,
than
Man City,
Arsenal this season,
Man
even though
City
you
with
won the
Chelsea
Premier League.
team- Man City with Chelsea team and Pep as coach is a better side than any team in England. And that is for me, and that's how much I love and respect Pep.
Okay, chill. No, I don't think
Yes.
you heard Joseph. If Man City wins the FA Cup
and the
And
Carabao Cup.
Carabao Cup. So would they be a better team than Arsenal even if Arsenal wins
No,
it?
because that's not Man City standard. Man City is not.
Oh, it's no, it's
That's
a
not
no.
Man City standard. Man City
Oh,
standard
no.
is Premier League and Champions League. That's what we know them for. Win
And
the
what do we
top
know Arsenal
titles.
for again? What do we know you for again?
We have not won any major thing
You know
in
that
a
one
long
is
time.
bottling.
Say it.
Arsenal bottling company.
So the last we've seen our best trophy in a long time has been the FA Cup. So if
I
you win
just
the
wanted to
Premier
hear
League,
you
it's a
say it. Not like I
promotion.
don't know, I knew,
Exactly.
but it's nice to hear it come from you.
I,
Just,
I'm not saying
Just
for me.
accept you're not a big club.
Not in
Come
my
to
ear.
No. So for me, I'm
Coming
like
to play with the big
we've
boys.
been in the wilderness for too long.
That's
So
still
for
in the
me,
wilderness until May.
and we are still even the fact that we are in the wilderness, we have the most FA Cup titles in England. So
You still throwing some little brags, guys.
yes, we've won even as bad as we are. We've won more FA Cups in the last 10 years than all of you, than every other club.
How many
Yes.
champions league have
I'm
you
saying
won?
the one we can win. Are we not winning it? FA
Yeah,
Cup.
yeah.
But so we want to go above FA Cup now, which is Premier League. Let us go down on first. So please, let us. Man City win FA Cup and Carabao Cup is not their standard. We know that Pep has only gone one season without winning a trophy in the Premier League. Anything in the Premier League, I think one season, right, or 2 seasons. He didn't win anything last season too, right?
And Arsenal standard
Like,
is
he didn't win anything
again?
last season, and Man City.
Oh,
No,
Man
they
City.
didn't win anything else.
No.
So it's only
No.
last season, and it's only twice since Pep has been in Premier League that he did not win anything in the season. The last season and the first season he was at the club.
And
So
this
they-
season Arsenal is trying to change their
least
standard.
Go beyond FA Cup. So
It's not
this
bad.
is a sign of this losing this FA Cup is a sign of good fortune that something good is along the way.
Really?
Shameless.
You can't win this battle against an Arsenal fan.
Please,
Arsenal fans have been defending this for
Like,
23 years.
oh.
Mike, we've been defending for 23 years. You guys are just started. You guys are rookies.
But
Yeah, like,
But wait, winning the
Okay.
FA Cup or the Carabao Cup, wasn't that supposed to be the springboard to instill
Don't
confidence
worry.
in the team to go on and win more titles?
Don't worry. We just need one Premier League title. That's it. We know the
Let's
confidence.
talk about let's talk about something different for real now. Like Arsenal is going to be okay.
Finally, please.
We saw, I don't know, somebody Aki sent us a tweet like Kylian Mbappe said that playing the centre back position, correct me if I'm wrong, is like the easiest position to play. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he said centre back position is the easiest position to play, and I had to think, let that sink. And I think his logic was that centre backs are like protected, they have like full backs protecting them, and then you have the people, the midfield also protected. Like today now, Rice was not there, so of course Gabriel was not protected, things like that, and we saw what happened in that kind of game. I in a way, it's not wrong. Like we have like Thiago Silva, people like Thiago Silva playing. I think Thiago Silva is like 39. Pepe played till about 41 or things like that. So, what do you guys think? Like, what do you think about his position, like in terms of centre backs? Have it easy?
That's an insult. I play centre back. That's an insult to the game. And
There are 3 centre backs in this
the centre
course.
back, and like it's an insult to the game. And I know the games where I've been the best player on the pitch just because of where I play.
You give personal, sharp, but go on.
So, and the reason is that also because I've played in different positions, I understand that my thought is like the players that have the least liability in the team are strikers. The players that have the most liability are defenders. So Mbappe can miss 10 chances easily, no problem. He scores 1 goal, it becomes the star of the game. A defender can clear 20 good goal line clearances and make 1 mistake and the team lose, and it becomes the scapegoat. So when it comes to concentration, alertness, being able to recover, covering spaces, imagine you are covering spaces against strikers that are faster, quicker, that can dribble, and you have to make all those runs most times without even touching the ball. That is frustrating for anybody that plays the game because players want to. There's a feel good sense when you have the ball with you. Even if you are tired, there's a sense of I'm in the game. Being running up and down without touching the ball is exhausting, and that is defenders do that a lot. So Mbappe thinks, oh, I can score. Simple example, and I'll just give like The reason why he didn't win, one of the main reasons why France didn't win the World Cup in Qatar was because of Argentina's defense. The Martinez, the goalkeeper, it wasn't because of the attack. It was a defensive structure that kept them out. So that was wrong. I feel there is no way attackers can do their job without the defenders being excellent at all. There's no way. And that's why all the Liverpool titles, when they mention Mane, Salah, they mention Van Dijk. The same way Chelsea with Thiago
So let me
Silva. The
play
same
devil's
way
let me
Sergio
play devil's
Ramos.
advocate for a little bit. I agree with you. I can like it's frustrating, but just to play devil's advocate for a little bit, do you think Mbappe was looking at it from an angle where playing as a centre back may be less demanding than running up and down?
Mbappe
Like
does not even run up and down.
Mbappe.
He does not run up and
Like,
down.
but no, just but think about that. That's the thing about as a striker or as a box to box midfielder. Mentally, imagine trying running. Yes, as a centre back, you don't have the ball is frustrating. But imagine trying to chase the ball, to get the ball, and you don't get it. What if that's where he's looking at it from?
I understand what you're trying to say in that he's thinking more like, oh, defenders always have, they are covered, they are protected, everybody defends with them. But in the modern game, even defenders too are attackers now. They are not just sitting at the back waiting for, they are the ones that start the play. Joseph sent I think Joseph was that shared the image whereby the top five or the top three highest passers of the ball in the Premier League now are defenders compared to what it was 10 years ago. So there's a lot more involvement with the defenders now that it's not just like before. I think for me, I think the hardest place to play, I won't say hardest, I don't like using the word hardest. The most technical place to play in football pitch is the midfield because you need a lot of things. You have to be good at a lot of things to play in the midfield. Positional awareness, defensive, attack minded. You are more of a defender and an attacker at the same time. I think that is, and it's also a very difficult place to play. Like your concentration level has to be really high. We saw with the Palmer game against Japan where he lost the ball to Mitoma. Just that one mistake in that game, despite Palmer had a decent game, but that one mistake alone was what everybody highlighted. But nobody remembers the attackers that missed chances. Nobody.
We do remember
Except
Jackson.
Gyökeres.
I
We
do.
remember
No, I'm saying like
Gyökeres.
in that same game. I'm saying in that same game.
This at Chelsea.
In
We always
that
remember
same game.
Gyökeres.
I
Even
get you.
you know what's funny about Jackson is that nobody remembers everything else Jackson does defensively.
Michael,
Everybody remembers his miss.
I was going to ask Joseph and Michael, like, and you said by answering it, what do you guys think is the hardest position in modern football?
I kind of I see where Mbappe is coming from, and the reason I say that is defenders that's probably the position where that requires the least amount of skill. We have some defenders and we've had some very bad defenders, and sometimes I wonder how they became professional footballers in the sense that they just need to be tall, a little bit physical. They don't necessarily need to have pace.
Name names, Joseph.
There was a guy called Titus
We
Bramble.
know who you're talking
No,
about.
no, even before Tosin. I don't know if you remember Titus Bramble. Titus Bramble was such a bad defender. And then
That's why it wasn't. That's why it wasn't playing at the highest level.
no, he did. He played for Newcastle in Premier League for years. And then you have Tosin, even just
The
awareness.
Fulham legend. The Fulham legend.
Which
The
Fulham,
Fulham legend.
Fulham legend that they released. So I think that's where Mbappe is coming from. And you can't be a midfielder if you don't know how to pass, you don't know how to read the game, you don't know how to anticipate. Now, it's not possible. A defender, center half, without skill, you can get away with it a little bit. Left back, right back, you definitely need pace.
Yeah.
So I think that's where
And
Mbappe
you need
was
skill
coming
as well
from.
to have
But
fullbacks.
I don't know if that is valid in this VAR era because now defenders have more scrutiny than before. So now it is so difficult for them to defend. Like, they have to put their hands by their side to defend. Vidic and Co probably won't survive now.
You think you'll be getting red card like every 3 games.
You understand now? You think Chelsea's red cards are bad?
Vidic Cavallo Terry will be chopping red cards steady.
Yes.
So Joseph, what are you saying is the most position?
In the
for
game,
you?
the most difficult position in the game is midfield.
Midfield.
Yeah, it's midfield,
The
hundred
midfield.
percent.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
the one that demands the most athletic, like
The most
most
football brain.
athleticism. The high, your football intelligence have to
You
be
you
high
you
in
you,
this
re-
game.
you rarely see a bad
Can't
midfielder.
be.
A bad
Mm,
midfielder will
For me,
eventually be sold from the club.
a
yeah,
defensive midfielder for me is a top position. Like specifically for me, yeah, if you're a defensive midfielder,
So
you have to
because so the thing with defensive midfield right now is that that position called CDM does not really exist anymore.
is that not what they trained to be playing as a six or a number
Six
eight?
now
that's the six now.
exactly. So it's no
Yeah, I would
more.
say the box to box midfielder,
It's
the
not. It
eight,
doesn't
For
really
me,
like
that's
exist.
a
Adam.
position to play because like I don't know which player you always give an example or, but that player I think has to be the one to know the game. Like you have to be able to read the game. That's any you want to play, you want to break any transition, start any transition, and you have to still cover for the fullback. Like I feel like you're always under pressure as playing in that position. So,
I feel like there are different kind of sixes, right? Like Pele was a six. I don't. Pele wasn't like the super defensive kind of six. Rodri is more defensive. Hey, Rodri is probably going to end up like what modern sixes will be in the future. Like somebody who is defensively sound and can still play line breaking passes, dictate the play. Like you have to be a good defender and have football intelligence of a proper midfielder at the same time. So Rodri is kind of unique.
I think the first.
Yeah, I think it's eight, maybe eight that the hardest position because now we have to know when to go back, fall back, know when to support the attack. They like an Enzo Fernandez kind of player. I don't know which good example I'm thinking of now, but you have to know when to drop back, when to attack. When that one is it's hard. Midfield is just hard in general.
It's
Midfield is
hard
just
to
hard.
play. It's what they call like when I used to complain about Eze central midfield. Eze is a good player. Eze struggled with just positional awareness, and he made him look like he was a terrible player. Just that he does not understand where he is on the pitch. And just that one mistake alone, defenders can get away with it, strikers can get away with it. Because everybody knows that Gyökeres has been poor. All he needs is just to score one goal, and whatever he has been poor at does not exist anymore. But is a positional awareness in an Arsenal system is hard, and it made him look like he was just coming from academy. So for me, midfield, wherever you play in the midfield, it's hard to play in the central midfield, wherever you are.
Wherever
And that
possible.
position you're talking about, the modern six, I feel Sergio Busquets was the first person
Yeah,
that played that
Busquets. Yeah,
position,
Busquets.
whereby he wasn't the very really defensive guy, but he would just defend the ball like he has done nothing. And then the pass he would give, next thing the game is in transition, they're attacking you.
Yeah, Busquets to defend plays a lot, like a Saliba kind of defender, right? That is watching the play and defending the space and trying to. Whereas Fernandino was like a rushing, rush you
Yeah.
everywhere. Kante, Makalele, all those guys.
Kante, Makalele,
Caicedo ahead. So that's why I feel like Rodri is slightly different from them in that he does that too. He actually follows the ball. He defends play and follows the ball at the same time. So
which
Rodri is a very unique.
which brings me to something interesting that you know that Lampard was trying to play Caicedo in that kind of role when he was at Chelsea, whereby I wanted Caicedo to add that attacking thing to his ball, to his game, whereby he pushed
Caicedo or
Caicedo.
Kante,
No, Caicedo.
I don't think I said
It
it's
Lampard.
was
under.
Kante, sorry, it was Kante.
Kante
Kante
ahead.
was trying to add that to Kante's game. Sorry, Kante's game, whereby we know you can break plays, but what you do with the ball after
But I
is not
think
so
he
solid.
did it
Yeah,
for a while and dropped it and
it didn't
started playing
work. It didn't
Kovacic
work.
there.
It didn't
He
work.
started playing Kovacic in that role.
It didn't
But he
work.
did.
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
talking about midfield now, since we talked about Enzo, I want to ask like a question. If you guys are building a midfield today, would Enzo Fernandez start for you in your dream midfield?
For Chelsea or
for
for
Chelsea.
You know, for this is you, you're building your own team. So think about whatever team you want to build. Does Enzo and think about like, we've spoken about midfield players we like and all of that. Would Enzo Fernandez make your midfield team?
That's a very good
Never.
question.
I don't see how that one is
No,
possible.
wouldn't
I have
talk.
like 200
Who
players
will
that will
make your
still
who
I
will make
score
your
know it's
against.
not up
midfield?
to 200, but there are a
No,
few.
who will make your
No,
so
I
big
can be
Mike?
very sure I
Who will
can
make
count
your who will
100
make your
players
midfield
right
three
now.
in the
I will
Premier League?
there is a
The
penalty.
midfield three in the Premier League for you, who would it be?
So it's too wide.
Before we go
This
into
thing.
that, so is Fernandez not making anybody's midfield?
We have to see who is going to lose
Yeah,
ahead
it's
of
too
them first.
wide. It's too vague. This thing, like it's unfair to
Your
him.
best, your
It's unfair
midfield
to him.
three right now for whatever you want to do, who will it be?
Or in the Premier League or in the world.
Just in the Premier League.
Yeah, yes, the Premier League.
Probably
No, Premier League, Premier League, Premier League.
Soboslai, Elliot Anderson, and maybe Semenyo.
Midfield,
Mikey,
three
Midfield?
man
Sevilla?
midfield.
Mhm.
what?
Yeah, I know it's Caicedo number one. I will probably put Rodri two. Honestly, maybe Rice or Bruno. Bruno, I beg. I'll put Bruno there.
Okay, what about you?
Um, just for bandwag, okay, it's okay. My heart is definitely right. Everybody knows
Ah,
that,
you answered.
that Rice goes in first, and then in terms of winning, Rodri, and then this guy at Nottingham Forest right now, Anderson.
Honestly,
For
let me
me,
change my own. Sorry, let me change my own. Mine will be Tonali, Rodri, and Caicedo.
Oh, Tonali is there as well, but now I'm sticking to
Yeah,
the Rice. The Rice is first for me. Yeah.
yeah, I don't even know what I want because it depends on. I'm going to Nali, Rodri, and guys.
So who is going to be creative in this midfield?
Nali,
Tonali and Rodri.
Rodri. And the simple reason
Tonali
is
and
that they all
Rodri.
have legs and they're all aggressive.
Yeah, Caicedo does the dirty work of
Tonali
controlling
for
the
me,
ball.
Tonali, Rice, and what's it called? And Rodri. And they all can score goals.
Yeah.
Rodri can score.
I'll make a
Okay.
I'll make a good
Yes.
coach.
That's all for this
Let
episode.
me put Chelsea and relegate Chelsea at least.
Who's going to relegate Chelsea?
Yeah, that was not
Me,
possible
come
now.
on, let me put Chelsea and relegate Chelsea.
I don't know the way you talk about Liam. I don't know if you're going to be better than Liam Akin. The way
Me,
you
I'm going to better than Liam. I'm already better than Liam.
you will.
Uh,
Okay, since we are here, before we go, since we are here, if you are the Chelsea coach, what's your starting 11? Because all of
Chelsea
us are
coach.
talking about Liam, so let's what's our starting 11 if you are the coach? Um,
If I'm Chelsea coach, first thing is that shore up the defense. You don't have good defenders. So
I can like when I ask
no, I'm going to say, I'm saying it.
starting 11, this dancing around
So
now.
I'm going to start, and that's where I'm starting from. Two DMs, Santos and Caicedo start. Cover the back. No, because the center backs are like they're like weather. Today, the likelihood that they will not play well is high. I'll just go more defensive. James starts for me, Cucurella starts. And I'll start Chaloba or Fofana, then Tosin or Badashile. I can't play one of them depending on who is fit, but one of them is one. They are both Tosin and Badashile are the ones that can read the game. They are just both poor at it. Fofana and Chaloba, they can add poor tackle ones, but they're also both not good at it as much as I. But Chaloba seems to have been the better one of the two this season so far. So I'll probably go Chaloba, Tosin. I don't like how Badashile plays. He plays too non like he's like a dassical. Like his mind is with his girlfriend. So I wouldn't. So for me, it's going to be Tosin and Chaloba. But the main thing is that Caicedo and Santos must cover. And Caicedo, I would say, don't leave that back for any reason. Santos can move forward. So it's going to be two out, but I'll go for 5-1 easily. Then I'll play three in front of that, and my three would be Palmer, Estava, and Neto. Neto, what's it called, Pedro Neto, and I'm going to go with João Pedro.
Yeah.
You know, I'm always
Four-
saying that. I'm always saying that
Who's your
You
goalkeeper?
know what?
Who's your
My
your
goalkeeper?
goalkeeper.
goalkeeper is Sanchez
Whoever is
now.
fit out of your goalkeepers, none of them is. All of them are. I'll
Sanchez.
still play Sanchez too.
Okay, so
Yeah.
who's going next?
Yeah, you know, I'm always saying that 4-2-3-1 is a bad formation for the players that we have in the club. Like, I understand because of Palmer. We need to create.
So because 4-2-3-1 is going to be 11, 12 players by the way. So it's 4-4-3-3. Yeah, it's going to be
You know,
12
4 3
players.
4-2-3-1.
1 is the same as 4
Yeah.
10
No,
players.
so 4-2-3-1. Sorry, It's fine. 4-3-1 is fine. Don't worry. No.
I
Okay.
think 4-2-3-1 is a bad formation for the players we have. Like I understand why it's on paper the best that fits all your best players in the all your best 11 players that Chelsea has into the in the game, but it's the worst formation. I think we should be playing 3-4-3, in my opinion, and it should be Sanchez at the back. Um, any of the centre backs are there. There's no one who
Decide.
is
I had to
especially
decide.
better than any other one, but most likely Cole will start.
It's
Cole
not.
should
It's no
start.
job. If Cole is fit,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. Any two of the centre back
Yeah,
positions,
you
the
can put
left
Kobe
and the
for the
centre can be anybody.
yeah.
But the right centre back should be James, in my
Yes.
opinion, should be James. Gusto and Cucurella as wing backs.
Yeah.
Then you can now play Enzo and Caicedo together in the midfield. That works because James can always be going into midfield if he wants to. Can be dropping into midfield or he can play right centre back. Whatever, he's intelligent enough to play to know when to go into midfield. And Enzo can now go forward and support the attack. The three attackers should be, in my opinion, João Pedro, Estaval, and Palmer. Because three of them are intelligent enough to know when to rotate with each other
Yeah.
in the center and create space and drag people
They're
around.
all
I think
they're all
that's the best
intelligent
formation.
players. Yeah.
Yeah. Is James a right center back that is the most important thing there because it covers it helps Caicedo, it covers defense and midfield at the same time
Yeah.
because
I
he's a
agree
good
with
enough
you.
player. That to me is what we should be playing. But we have this litany of wingers. I don't think we'll ever consider it anymore.
Joseph, Mr.
Yeah,
Knowledgeable.
that's what I was going to say as well. I think our game relies on wingers, so that formation without the wingers, those our offensive players, they don't demand or hold the ball enough or even command. They don't have that presence enough to play without the wingers. So I will probably go for a 4-2-3-1. It's still the best formation. It's just we
Yeah.
have very bad personnel. Um, if he can find a way for the defenders to play well, I don't see why not. And it's James Cucurella straight up for me, Chaloba, Fofana or Colwill, and then Caicedo, of course, then Enzo, Estava on the right, Neto on the left, Palma and João Pedro.
You said the only reason why I didn't play Enzo in that position, I like Enzo as a player as a whole, but I'm beginning to think that Enzo, and I think me and Shay about this conversation like 2 years ago, that and this is my opinion and I may be wrong, I don't think that position wise Enzo and Palmer together in that midfield is a synergy that helps Chelsea well. So, and I saw the way Pochettino was trying to
I
make
agree
two
with
of
that.
them together. He was
Mhm.
kept on adjusting. Maresca did the same thing, kept on adjusting. Liam
Yeah.
is kept on adjusting, whereby it's like one of them can't play when one of them is playing. Like it doesn't stabilize the midfield, and that's why I was thinking that I know Enzo is those player that they can defend but they can attack. It's not like they are excellent in both, but they
I
have this.
don't even think Enzo is a good defender.
I'm
In my
saying like they
opinion.
are not excellent in both, but they have this all-round game. However, if you put Santos in that defensive block to say, you know what, you have legs, you're young, you are not. Let Palmer lose the ball, protect Palmer, gamble on Palmer and Estava losing the ball. But you have people at the back that can protect them, the way Maresca did. Such that it wasn't like the attackers were not losing the ball during Maresca, but there was a triangle that protects that angle when they lose the ball that made it less calamitous. So, and that's why, based on what it is right now, I'm not saying that it's for me, it's either Enzo or Palmer plays. And Palmer is more explosive than Enzo. And that's why I would just put Enzo on there.
Why I think 4-2-3-1 is bad there is because of Enzo. Because I think it
And that's
puts
why I
so
dropped
much
Enzo.
pressure on Caicedo to be and on the 4-2-3-1 where you're so Maresca was trying to solve that problem by inverting his fullbacks into midfield to help Caicedo. when Enzo goes forward because Enzo is not good enough defender to play as a two-man midfield. He's not he doesn't have that kind of position awareness too, like positional discipline, not awareness. He just be there and be a so Enzo is a problem. Palmer is not like a very good defender in his own way. He's a good presser, but he's not like an explosive presser. So that's why I think a 3-4-3 is the best formation for the players that we have. Yes, we will lose those wingers, but it's not as if Gusto and Corella are terrible wing backs. They can provide the width. So again, 3-4-3 to me is best because it covers Enzo's big problem. Enzo can still go forward and join the attack, and then James can support from midfield, from defense into the midfield, so that Caicedo is not just like alone in that position.
Okay, well, I'm going to stick to my guy. Something similar to what Enzo did. Gusto is coming into my starting 11. Um, Gusto is there. Fofana and Chaloba are there, and Kukuela. I will stick to that back four. And Rich James is going to play in the midfield. I don't care what anybody says that Rich James is best at right back. I'll put Rich James in my midfield and play Caicedo. I'll play Caicedo with Rich James in the midfield because I know that Rich James will definitely protect anybody he has to protect. He can cover for Gusto and then he can cover for people that are going to lose the ball in front. And then, so my forward will be, I don't know if Enzo will get into my teammate of Fernandez, but Kopama will be there. And then Pedro Neto. And then I don't know which of the coaches have played. I don't know. I don't really care for Estava right now in my Chelsea team because I've been trying to defend and not play any flamboyant football. So and Pedro. So yes, that's what I'm going to do. So it looks like 4-3-3, but I'll play inverted, popular inverted, and get everybody upset. Yeah. Okay. I guess that's that. Joseph, I think
ABC. So much joy today. I'm gonna buy beer for
joy,
you.
man.
Let's
Joy.
just
The revolution was the double was televised for everybody to
Can we
see.
end the
we're
podcast,
waiting
please?
for triple,
Our
yeah.
agenda
We're
is
waiting
over.
for late double.
I will
We're
stop
not waiting
recording
for late
now.
double. I'm going
Anyways,
for
I will
anyways,
stop
quadruple, yeah.
recording now.
stop recording. Let's tell our viewers what to expect next week. Let's tell our viewers to follow us. Please. Anyways,
I
this is
beg.
for the episode of Mad Tribunal. And then the quick recap is why we were recording. Arsenal lost to Southampton.
We know that already.
We have to tell them that. And we talked about like Enzo being dropped and whether Arsenal was finished, and we talked about Alan and everybody had to say about their best position. So please follow us on X, on Instagram and TikTok, Magnet Tribunal, and please DM us your takes on your favorite lineup and also DM your takes, tell us your takes about what you think the most difficult position is in modern day football. And then until next time, please banter Arsenal fans, your friends,
I'm
relatives.
not even listening to any news until after Champions League game.
Or maybe you don't have to banter them. Show them some love because they deserve it. Like, yeah.
Why? Yes, let's show them some love. Quadruple love.
It's fine. Don't worry. Just know that you can't win this battle. 23 years of experience is not a joke.
People love joke.
Specialist in failures.
Specialists in defending Arsenal.
Specialist in defending failures.
Let's
Mourinho needs to come back, I swear.
You know what's the Premier League? Nah.
Mourinho.
Or if that Premier League will happen, I will just change my phone
Yeah,
number.
you they think
I
I'm
will just
saying
change my phone number and change my.
that means you
why
thought
won't
of
he
it
think
already.
about
Okay,
it? They've lost 2 games on the bounce right now.
But I think we've been struggling for a while.
It's be crazy, oh. Nah.
Don't worry.
Since we like hypothesis here, we love conspiracy theories. If you guys do not win the Premier League, do you think Arteta
It's
is going
not
to
in my
He will
hypothesis
resign.
card.
Mm.
I thought we
Nah,
resign.
I don't think. I
will
don't
resign?
think he
He
will.
I think he
will.
would
I don't
resign.
think he will. Right?
I think he would resign.
He would.
Nah, I don't think.
You would have
I
to.
think he
That's
would
an
resign.
honorable thing to do now.
Yes,
I
I
absolutely.
think he
don't
would
know.
walk away himself. If he would
Now,
resign.
come on, guys.
He doesn't look like that. He looks like a very competitive guy. I don't
He's
No,
He's
fighting.
very competitive. No, no, he would
he
resign
would
because
resign.
he
Sometimes
would
you have
walk
I
to
think
away.
he will
accept that
just
you are not the man for the job. You might
No,
just
he's
be
not
a
going to
stepping
leave.
stone.
He's not going to leave because of that. He's just going to leave because
No,
about
it's
the
he
not.
job.
himself will be too disappointed in himself.
It's
So
like Ranieri with us at Chelsea. He came close, and then Ibrahimovic went and got Mourinho, and Mourinho did what Ranieri could not do. And
like I always talk about that Chelsea's 2002-3-4 team. People didn't because Arsenal had an invisible season. That Chelsea team was good. Like
yes,
and because people didn't notice because Arsenal had invincible, but that Chelsea team was like 4 5 points away from Arsenal.
absolutely.
So it was good. Because I was like that year, I was like this Chelsea team that we used to battle back and forth. They beat us out of the FA Cup, beat us out of the Champions League. In our invincible season, their Chelsea team, I was like, this team is a team to be aware of. So I was not surprised when Mourinho came and Chelsea just went that ballistic.
So
I was like,
maybe Arsenal needs a someone like Mourinho to come and take you guys to the promised land for real, not
no, I
this
think I thought we win. I think what is happening to us is just the Man City era whereby
injuries.
they were no injuries. They were really one of the best teams in England, but they just couldn't do it. And when they won in 2012, you know that it was Man U bottling it that made them win it. Man U was like Man U was like 7 or 9 points
But
ahead. It's like
that was
7 8
only 3 years into the project, though. That's the difference.
No, I'm just saying that. I'm saying
Arsenal
that
is
even
now
at that
6 years
time they
into the
were
project.
already big boys, because they bought big. They were already big boys. But like Man U was like had to capitulate like in the last 7 8 games before Man City won it, and it was even the last game when they had to win it. They were down 2-0 within how many minutes? That's how much, and with an experienced manager, experienced team. So, and I feel it's
Those
one
who
of those
argue
things as
that
well.
loves history or so much issues. Us Arsenal fans love history.
23 years of experience. You have to find things to
They
defend
follow
us.
Defending failures,
Comes natural. It comes naturally.
with the
specialist in
territory, with the
failures.
bottling territory.
But like I kind of feel is that I think it's that kind of mental part of it because Man City as well too. When they even started dominating England, they will go to the Champions League and they will be losing to Ajax, like losing to very small teams. So
Leon, I think he lost to Leon one time.
Never be
yeah, they lost
Chelsea.
to Lyon. They lost to with Pep.
Pep, yeah.
So I mean, Pep said in an interview that it's not that it's beyond him at this point in time. There's a mental. The players just feel that this is beyond us. So I think that's where we are as a club right now. So we have to win one dirty first of all, then we will
Corner, corner, corner.
do it. All right then.
All right, then. Until next time, guys.